So what do you think? Fuchsia or periwinkle?
Here, try these.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take them both.
Bowling, IMAX movies, mini golf, and 175 of your favorite stores and restaurants. The Galleria at Pittsburgh Mills, where shopping meets fun.
When it opened, many worried that surrounding malls would never have a chance to compete against the new Galleria at Pittsburgh Mills Mall, the second largest shopping center in western Pennsylvania. But it was a very quick realization that nearby malls had nothing to worry about when much of the promised attractions never opened, occupancy levels never reached desired amounts, and a string of owners would default on their loans.
There is a lot of buzz in the air about the new mega mall just off Route 28 in Fraser Township. Busy as a swarm of honeybees.
Storybook amphitheater here.
Construction crews are playing beat the clock to meet the grand opening deadline for the Pittsburgh Mills Mall.
We're opening July 14th, 9:30 in the morning, and it'll all be finished.
The $280 million project on a 200-acre site even has its own interchange and is expected to draw 19 million visitors a year.
We have more than 175 stores in here.
The mall is divided into an enclosed space called the Galleria, featuring an incredible kids spot, hip retailers like H&M, a 1,000-seat food court with free laptop hookups, a bowling and martini bar, a 16-screen multiplex with IMAX theater, and an indoor-outdoor virtual NASCAR circuit.
So that as you're racing against your friends, you feel every bump in the road, every bank of the track.
And there's the Village outside with satellite stores and a go-kart track. Another novel concept, designated neighborhoods reflecting individually designed local themes like rivers, bridges, and sports.
That helps people stay oriented in the mall.
The Virginia-based Mills Corporation, which has developed 39 mall sites around the country, says the Fraser Township area was under-retailed.
It makes me nervous when we keep opening all of these malls.
Duquesne University professor Dr. Audrey Gusky, who's studied marketing here for 25 years, isn't sure we need another mega mall.
And when you open a new mall area, especially as large and as exciting as this one, what's going to end up happening is other older established stores and malls are going to end up having trouble financially.
Developers anticipate that people will be willing to travel from 40 to 50 miles away, and for you mall walkers, the loop inside the mall is just about a mile. With a live report, Mary Rob Jackson, KDKA TV News.
Plans for a shopping mall in Fraser Township date back to 1981, when Zamia's Services faced a number of legal and financial setbacks that stalled the proposed Fraser Mall until 2002, when the Mills Corporation partnered with them to build a retail and entertainment complex on the site. Starting out as an outlet mall company, the first enclosed shopping center Mills would construct was Ontario Mills in 1996. They would go on to open or redevelop at least one enclosed mall per year from that point on, until 2005 with the Galleria at Pittsburgh Mills. The 1.2 million square foot mall was built for $340 million, with 175 storefronts, 5 acres, and a separate outparcel section for 10 traditional big box stores, such as Walmart, Lowe's, and Sam's Club, named the Village at Pittsburgh Mills. The grand opening would be held on July 14th and featured face painting, a fashion show, model search, and appearances by cartoonist Joe Wos, Spider-Man, Strawberry Shortcake, and the Cat in the Hat. T-shirts were given out to the first group of shoppers, and a cheer broke out when the gates opened at 9 a.m.
Will you go to the new Pittsburgh Mills?
Yes.
The nearly 1 mile long circular track would be designed in the typical wacky and fun theme as most newer Mills properties, with each section getting a neighborhood themed after a section of Pittsburgh to help distinguish it. The first few months were packed with festivities to draw in shoppers, including appearances by Mr. McFeely of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger, and a concert by Amy Grant. While the separate outparcel section was successful, this enclosed mall would be the one that broke the company's back, as they deviated from their usual portfolio of discount and outlet stores, instead bringing in pop-up stores to fill vacancies and tenants who could not draw people from other neighborhoods who would need to use the turnpike to come here. After the first 2 months, occupancy had gone up to 90%, but even the owners admitted it was an awkward mix of shops, basically pulling any random store they could in to fill spaces, which naturally would not last very long, and they lost nearly $55 million during the first 9 months of operation. The most notable promise that never came to fruition was the NASCAR virtual racetrack and go-kart course, a space which has never been filled to this day. Less than a year after opening, Mills Corporation would be forced to lay off employees and refinance $2.25 billion in loans. By the end of 2006, they would sell off Pittsburgh Mills after canceling the rest of development plans, and about a year later, the entire company would be bought out by Simon Properties. Meanwhile, minority shareholder Zamius would take complete control of the mall and set about pulling in new tenants and upping advertising. By now, the bowling alley had closed, but regular special events continued, such as children's story time, hot rod car shows, and a farmer's market. Hundreds would pack the stage area when the Steelers held a show to model off their new uniforms. To promote the Simpsons movie coming out on DVD, elves handed out free Simpsons baseball hats to shoppers during the 2007 shopping season. For years now, the food court has been completely vacant, but back in the earlier years, this was a bustling spot, with auditions for American Idol held here in 2008. That stage area would be removed in 2015 when a rope course was added.
Imagine walking on a jungle-style trail 32 feet above a food court.
That's exactly what visitors at Pittsburgh Mills did today at the opening of a new adventure attraction. Dave Crawley gives it a try.
Sure beats shopping with Mom. It's opening day for Sky Trail Explorer in the Galleria food court at Pittsburgh Mills.
Basically, it's 32 feet and there's different obstacles that you could, go over.
Course manager Walter Pyle says you can choose your own path.
You get harnessed in and you make your own adventure. We don't set a path for you. Basically, once you're harnessed in the course, you go your own way.
High adventure, Tarzan style. Brooklyn Corbett sticks with the Sky Tykes Trail. Her security blanket is Grandpa.
She loved it. She loves to climb, she loves gymnastics, and she loves anything like this.
Ranging from $7 to $14, Sky Trail is a walk through the jungle without the mosquitoes. No running.
No jumping, no horseplay.
No problem. I'm harnessed up and ready to roll. 32 feet seems a lot higher from above.
I feel like Indiana Jones.
With a pirate ship thrown in.
I'm walking the plank. Oh my God, that thing's skinny.
Now I know how a cat feels when it runs up a tree but can't get back down. Sky Trail is open 7 days a week during mall hours. Admission ranges from $7 to $14.
This is the part in the movie where the back end of this starts to come loose and you got to get to the other side. This is a part that's called the Sky Rail. All I have to do for this part is to step off into space here and have a lot of trust.
High above the food court in Pittsburgh Mills, I'm Dave Crawley.
Oh, I'm glad that's a good harness.
A few months later, a drug dealer would be arrested for selling heroin inside the food court. The The road course would close and be removed in 2017. In 2010, Great Wolf Lodge announced they were planning to build a hotel and water park at Pittsburgh Mills, which would have been a major get for the mall. Unfortunately, they could not secure financing and the plans never came to fruition. That summer, the empty parking lot was put to use again as parking for visitors to the U.S. Women's Open second golf game at the nearby Oakmont Country Club. Annual gun shows would also begin at the mall this year. In 2011, the ACLU would file a lawsuit on behalf of 9 Hispanic men who were arrested inside the JCPenney's here and detained for hours under the report that a group of Mexicans had been using counterfeit money in a nearby county. Their case would be settled eventually in their favor for $27,000 awarded to the men. In 2012, an unwanted visitor came to the mall.
Police Channel 4 Action News reporter Bob Hazen live in Fraser Township tonight with all of this. And Bob, all we can say is wow.
Yeah, that bear is asleep right now, but he caused a major ruckus here at the mall just about an hour ago. All of this wrapped up. Now, customers started calling about this around 9 o'clock. The bear ran across the parking lot up to the front doors of the Sears at Pittsburgh Mills. The doors automatically opened up, and that bear ran in. Now, wildlife officials say the bear got stuck in the front entrance. They went in and shot her with a tranquilizer dart and eventually brought her out. The bear is now at a secure location until authorities can figure out where to take her. Now, shoppers ran out of the mall. Dozens stood around in the parking lot here. Some even came from other places when they heard about this on social media, all to watch that little bear right behind the doors.
I was like, okay, yeah, I'm done here. And I just ran.
But a very interesting night, to say the least, here at the mall. We're live at the Pittsburgh Mills Mall. Bob Hazen, Channel 4 Action News.
In 2013, the water park plans would be reworked to bring in a Spring Hill Suites hotel, which would open in the Village section. By the following year, Sears would close their anchor, and the mall had realized they would never be able to fully draw in the stores they wanted, instead switching to leasing space to unconventional tenants, such as realty offices, Army recruiters, pharmacies, as well as ITT Technical School leasing space for 2 years. Ironically, in January 2015, 3 Hispanic men from New York would be arrested for actually distributing counterfeit cash in 20 stores across the mall. At the end of that year, Wells Fargo would foreclose on the mall after Zamnius defaulted on their $133 million loan when they purchased Mills back in 2006. Amidst this news, more stores would leave, with occupancy rates dropping down to 58% in August 2016, when a market research firm estimated the mall to be valued at $11 million, as compared to the $190 million when it first opened. The property would finally go for sale in early 2017. The following month, Pittsburgh Mills would be ranked as the mall with the second worst profit loss in the entire country. In a surprising twist, the mall would be sold to Namdar Realty in 2018 for just over $11 million, despite being then valued at $6.5 million. The new owners would manage to fill the former ITT Tech space with a nursing school, but with the 2020 pandemic, the mall saw a major blow when both Cinemark Theater and JCPenney's closed. Goodrich would reopen the theater that following year, and an annual haunted house would set up shop in the former H&M. But yet again, it wasn't enough, and in 2023, the mall was threatened with another tax sale after Namdar had not paid the nearly $11.5 million owed in tax assessments when they purchased the property.
Pittsburgh Mills Mall could be closing its doors for good. Fraser Township says the owner owes millions in special assessment taxes and has 3 months to pay before going up for sheriff's sale. Erica Stanis talked with the township officials and went to the mall to talk to shoppers.
Yeah, the mall here in Fraser Township has been struggling for years, and with few stores left and $11.5 million on the line, shoppers aren't hopeful it will stay open.
It was a huge part of people's lives growing up. Hopefully in October, if they have a sheriff's sale, that somebody will come along and do something really nice for the community with it.
The sheriff's sale is scheduled for October 2nd, and the township says Namdar has until then to pay up. We reached out to Namdar for comment today and have not heard back yet.
They would scrape the cash together to avert the sale by the end of the year and announced they were evaluating either renovating or demolishing the property. While Monroeville and Ross Park malls are still thriving today, the new upstart Pittsburgh Mills never truly took off, and less than 20 years after opening, is as dead as they come. Will this unique building find a way to be repurposed, or will it be leveled like so many other malls?
It's a shame. It's in a nice location. It's a modern mall. It's nice. I just don't understand why the customers don't come here and shop.
And that's one of the big problems. It's a beautiful mall on more than 1 million square feet, but not many shoppers are coming. The other problem is that mall shopping is declining everywhere due to the popularity of online shopping.
It's very sad. They never developed all the stuff that they said was going to happen.
Plans for an indoor go-kart track and a water park never materialized, and the mall is only about 55% occupied. Even so, shoppers who live around here hope someone can save the place.
It's just getting people to invest in the right things in the right time, and hopefully we can get people to come in and help us out.